Generating code is easy, but debugging a real nightmare. Well, GPT 5.4 just dropped and it can now visually debug its own web app. Meaning, it builds the site, tests the UI, fixes its own error before you can even see the final code. And today, we are putting that to test by feeding it to incredibly complex SaaS mockup and testing whether the AI builds the entire site according to the design and interactive or not. So let's go. Okay, before we dive into prompt, let's quickly talk about how we are accessing this. I'm using Codex in my Visual Studio where you have the access to GPT 5.4. Other than that, all the Plus business and enterprise user have the access in even the normal chat web interface. But for the task we are doing, we'll be using the Codex. Now I have it right over here and I'm starting off by opening a folder in my Visual Studio. Now I'm going to add both the image that I want my website to look like into this prompt box right here by clicking on add files and going to add the photos. Now the next thing is the prompt, the actual instruction that I'm about to give. Here you can mention all the changes that you want to make, all the things that you want in your website, and basically how you want GPT 5.4 to act. So here's what my instruction looks like. Basically, it tells GPT to act like a front-end engineer and recreate these exact designs using these libraries and integrate the code as a multi-part structured application. Other change that I've asked is to change the company name to Apex. By the way, this is what the designs look like. This is the first image and this one is the second image. Now, if you want, you can even go as far as changing the color palette and stuff like that. But maybe we can do that later on. Now, I have already selected the GPT 5.4 model, and for reasoning I'm going to select medium right now. And other than that, you have a few more options. Like in here, if you go, you can choose a planning mode which will help you execute the whole process more smartly. Basically, it will ask you all different questions like which libraries do you use, what are the features that you want, what would be the flow of the website, and stuff like that. So if you aren't sure about what you're making, you can simply write a sentence like I want to build this website and turn on the planning mode, and it will let you orchestrate the whole website. Next is the speed option, which is a new feature in the 5.4 update. Now you can choose whether you want fast processing or standard processing. So I'm going to go with the fast processing because this is just the first iteration of our website. The next part would be where we let GPT 5.4 use its own mouse and keyboard to test out the website. So let's get this over with, and I'm going to start off by creating the first iteration of our website. Okay, so you see this is what it has gotten right now, and it opened up this on its own because I already have the extension running, but I wanted to remove this frame from here and leave the website as it is. So what I did is I asked it in the middle of what it was doing to not add the web page in the border box thingy, and it immediately listened to me and it started removing the outer frame, which is another one of the features that you can interrupt while it's working, and it would make the changes even mid-flight. Okay, now it's totally done making the first draft of the design, and let's check out what it looks like. So this is the home page, which looks like the design that we provided. All the different cards and elements as well as buttons, etc., all of them have been added. Now next we had the services, which is this right here, and again even this one is being implemented like it should have. Maybe this has some issues. This is supposed to be a laptop and not a smaller screen. Also, if you can see, this chart is overflowing. So we are going to make these changes, ask GPT to fix it, but we won't be doing it the hard way. Rather, we'll ask it to go to the services page, check out this section right here, and then make the changes. Again, most important thing is that you need to have this one skill that allows Codex to actually interact with your browser or your device. And that's a skill is literally so simple to configure. All you have to do is go to settings. In here, you'll see skills. Click on open skill settings, which will open up this Codex settings. Now, in here, I have all these skills running. But if you don't have them running, you'll see them under this recommended section. Now, all you have to do is turn on these three skills. First off is Playwright Interactive, that lets it interact with your browser, be it typing or clicking any buttons, etc. Now, the second one is Playwright CLI, which will let it control your browser right from the command prompt or command palette. And this is what a few commands run on Playwright CLI looks like. It tells to open this site, which will open up in your browser and stuff like that. Also, another skill is this screenshot capture, which will let the agent capture screenshot of your screen, which will make it easier for it to understand the context that you're talking about. So if you install them right now, make sure that you reload your VS Code, and it's pretty simple. You can either restart it or simply click on Ctrl+Shift+P and search for reload window, and all you have to do is click on that and it will reload the window for you. But that's literally so important, because if you don't do that, the skill won't be loaded into the chat. Now let's ask it to make all the changes and also ask it to animate the elements according to interactivity, like on hover effects, etc. So I've entered all the things that I want to change and I'm going to send it. See this, it loaded up this website on its own, and now it screenshotted the full page, which gave it the context to do all the next tasks. Okay, changes have been made. I've added a few little details like these animation, some hover effects, which makes the website more lively basically. Now in our services, let's check out if we have the updated UI, which we do, and all the changes have been made. Even in this UI, there has been interactivity added, hover effects, and so much better it's looking. This is just perfect. So that was basically how we create visual clone using GPT 5.4. And trust me on this one when I say GPT 5.4 has gotten better at designing UI, because I've used the previous version and it would give you a basic layout, which would be the most basic website. Not only that, the speed has also gotten an upgrade. So we have just watched GPT 5.4 create high fidelity design, plan the code, build it, visually debug itself, and apply UX refinement without single line of human input beyond the initial prompt. And this is the exactly kind of workflow that you need to master if you want to build high-level projects quickly. So drop a comment below, what kind of impossible UI are you going to ask GPT to create for you, and I'll see you in the next